Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Now we're on the Mountain Culture Advent Box. Day 5. What do we have for today? Surprise, surprise, a New England IPA. So it's a double NEIPA at 8.2%, called Vibe Merchant. Looks pretty cool. This one has Citra, Centennial, Eldorado, and Motueka hops. And it's based on their fan favorite from 2022, Vibe Shift. So this is sort of like a imperial version of Vibe Shift. I've got my hashtag proper glassware. One of my favorite mountain culture glasses, pretty sick. Let's pour it, shall we? And cheers, Joey. Good to see you again, brother. First, second, and third. Taking all the ribbons, bro. Actually get ribbons just for participating these days, don't you? Yeah. Hang on, we've got a channel sponsor. Mabel's Whorehouse. I better not read out what that says. Yep. No, I reckon you typed in AI. You're like, AI, write something that I would write. Yeah, cheers, Shah. Good to see you, brother. So, looks nice. Very vibrant. It obviously is a lot more bright in real life than on my camera. Think of, it's weird because my hat, like the brightness of my hat works, but the beer doesn't. Think of in between the hat color and the beer color, that's what color the beer really is. It's like sort of a dark orange, quite bright. So, yes, color. I would say the body would be medium to full, looks quite thick. About a 2-finger head, quite foamy. It's definitely going to be a smooth and creamy boy. It just has that look to it. Cheers again, Bumpy. Yeah, haze for days, this one. Very, very hop saturated look. Let's go a smell. And yeah, proper headwear, boys. Ooh. Smells good. It's got some sweetness. It's got those like candy, sherbety citrus vibes. Some mango. There's some pineapple. But yeah, I'm getting like a candied orange. Maybe a touch of grapefruit as well. Mountain Man, City Tan. Yeah. Fuck, I had that. I had that shit at the start of the night. So yeah, sweet, tropical, and citrus. It's got that like zesty orange where you're getting the actual the core of the orange and all the juice and the sweetness, but you're getting like the peel as well, the pith. slightly grassy. There's not really a pine presence. I feel like there's a touch of bitterness on this one too, which is good for a hazy. But yeah, like a white bread backbone. Looks very full and luscious. I'm going in. Cheers, peeps. Oh, yes. Got that real smooth and creamy mouthfeel. Shout out to Alex, the beer master. He's a good kid. You can definitely tell it's an imperial. All the notes are just amped up, and it's like, yeah, got a little touch of booze. Very full. So, what were those hops again? Citra, Centennial, Eldorado, and Motueka. I can see why I'm getting a massive like citrus explosion. I'm not getting that sort of like that kiwi lime that you quite often get. But yeah, in saying that, probably just balanced out with four. The fact that there's four hops and Motueka was the last one mentioned. Mm. Today's one of those days where I feel like I'm gonna have quite a few beers and get a little sleepy, and then I'll be in zombie mode because I'm on night shift, and I'll be like, I can't be fucked going anywhere, and I'll end up ordering some sort of food delivery. The joys of being a single man, you just do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, I wouldn't say I did that when I was in relationships, but I'm certainly no cuck. Pardon me. Yeah, Sharky, this one, after this, I feel like I'll be what's the Lionel Richie song? Dancing in the Ceiling. Whew. Working all night, no sleep, no food, couple of big beers. It's like, ooh wee. All night long. What else does he sing? He's got some tunes. At our AFL grand final. So AFL, the Aussie rules football, it's like our number one sport here. And yeah, for the grand final, it's at the MCG, and they get like 100,000 people there. And they try and like make it like Super Bowl where they have the big halftime entertainment, but it just doesn't work because it's during the day. The stadium's just way too big, and yeah, it just I don't know. There has been some good shows, but there's been some real shit ones. And Meatloaf did it one year, and he was fucking terrible. And it was like, pretty much he's not allowed back in the country again because it was so bad, and he got paid so much for it. Anyway, Lionel Richie did it one year, and he killed it. Like he was really good. But yeah, the one that stands out for me is the Killers. The Killers did it one year. It was like probably the late 2000s, early 2000 teens. Can't remember, but they were fucking phenomenal. Last year they had Katy Perry. I haven't even watched that, so yeah, I've got no idea whether she was good or not. I used to have the biggest crush on Katy Perry. Vibe merchant. Merchant is a strange word to use in a beer title. Merchant generally relates to someone that's hustling, trying to sell something. But yeah, as I said, it's based on there was a beer called Vibe Shift from Mountain Culture in 2022, and it was a bit of a fan favourite. So they've upped the ante on this one and made a Vibe Merchant for the Canvet box. I do like that when they sort of give the fans what they want. But yeah, just when it comes to mountain culture, I absolutely love them. But sometimes I just get sick of having the IPAs all the time. I'm like, you've got an awesome lager program. You've brewed some fantastic stouts and occasional barley wine. It's like, give us something like that. Like, we don't want brand new hazy IPAs every single week. We want some diversity. They are good. They always hit the spot, but yes, I do get sick of them. The old palate fatigue, especially too when you're like me and you get stuff from the UK and the US, and it's like you want to try some hyped hazies from other countries, and it's like, as far as my own country and the breweries I know goes, I want to try other stuff from there. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing with mountain culture. They're good. They're fucking phenomenal at lagers. They've even got like a head brewer just for their lager program. But it's like they just don't pump out the volume of lagers compared to the IPAs. They bought this like brand new fucking multi-million dollar like new establishment, and yeah, just so much of it's brewing IPAs. Whereas their old location, I think they stick to lagers and maybe sours and experimental sort of stuff. Yeah, and that's what I love with Fox Friday in Hobart, Tasmania, but they're also got a location in Melbourne. You walk in there, you get this awesome smell of like South American cuisine. Like their kitchen is phenomenal. But you go up to the board ready to order a beer, and every brewery you go to, it's always hazy IPA, this beer with these hops, and it's most the same shit. Fox Friday have way more West Coast IPAs than hazy IPAs. And I'm just like, I want to go up to the bartender and give him a cuddle. Thanks, man. Yeah. Well, you're pretty much just picking beers on hops now with hazies. It's like, it's just ridiculous. Is anyone live at the moment? Let me know. I know like Paul and Michelle from Rate My Beer probably still are. But yeah, any of our US beer community or even the UK. So I wouldn't mind joining a panel and having a few frothies. I trimmed the old moustache last night. It feels a bit funny. It's good though. It's not going in my mouth every time I have a sip of drink. So yeah, those that are wondering, it was number 5, this one. So I'm up to obviously number 6 tomorrow. And then for the Carwin Sellers, I'll be up to number 14. So yeah, the Mountain Culture one started later because they only had 16 beers in their box, whereas the Carwin ones every day of December leading up to Christmas. Plus, another thing with the Carwin one is you had the option to include a Magnum from a really good sour brewery. It was like a special limited release Magnum for 25th of December. So it's like, yes, please. Christmas for me, shit. I want to make it good. Give me this Magnum. Oh, there you go. It's sort of at that time where you're in between the UK streams and the US stream. It's like getting late in the UK, but it's still like fairly early in the US. It certainly ain't prime Aussie time, that's for sure. If you're drinking at this time in Australia, you're like me, you work night shifts. Or you're just like a real hardcore alcoholic. So yeah, the more I drank that, I got a fair bit of like passion fruit, pineapple, mango. Yeah, that like sweet citrusy thing going on. White bready base. Yeah, it's got some sweetness to it. Had a little bit of booze as well. But all in all, very, very nice. And I love that can artwork too. Trippy boy. Christ, it's cold out. Even though that's not an Australian term, the way I said it would make it extremely Australian. One of our big comedians here is apparently opening up they're going to make it an Australian like hotel in New York City. And I think he's opening it up with a former Australian footballer. Just not sure who it is. I remember reading about it earlier today and I thought that's pretty cool. Joey, have you been to New York? And if so, what are your thoughts? And even Shark, have you been to New York? Yeah. Tiredness is kicking in, boys and girls. 99, 08, and 21. Cool. I'd love to just like go to like dive bars in New York and then get like your old school Italian pizza and yeah, just stroll the streets. I reckon it'd be fucking awesome. Even as a Seinfeld fan, I'd love to check out some of the sort of the shit and that's related to the city. Yeah. It just remind me of Home Alone 2, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. Joyzy. Yeah, I could imagine. But yeah, I've finished this beer, so might be time for me to wrap this little number up. Vibe Merchant, double New England IPA, 8.2%, with your sexy, simple but effective can artwork. What am I going to score you, boy? I am going to say a 4.4 out of 5. I think it's a very well done double IPA. I felt like the hop bill was pretty good. Would have been good to get some of that pine from like the Centennial, but you can't win them all. I didn't get the lime either from the Motueka. Lime and pine together. Ooh, yes. Anyway, so yeah, what did I say? 4.4 out of 5 for this bad boy. And I reckon I might go organise something for breakfast because I'm a hungry boy. So yeah, if anyone's going live, let us know. Uh, what else can I say? Look out for tomorrow's Carwin Cellars and Mountain Culture Advent box beers. It'll be Saturday morning for me, so yeah, I'll come home from work. I'll do them and try and get a couple of hours sleep, and then enjoy the weekend. So yeah, thanks again, boys and girls, and we will see you again soon.